Take a moment and ask yourself, if you lost your job tomorrow, would your income stream still flow? This seemingly simple question is a sharp, incisive blade, tearing through the illusion of stability that so many people have wrapped around their lives. No need for empty platitudes or shallow inspiration. We need only look directly at the truth. If your sole source of livelihood is a salary, you are not truly free. You are living by a fragile thread and calling it a safe life. We have been programmed to believe in an outdated script. Study hard, find a stable job, advance steadily, and then retire in peace. Yet no one tells us that this entire journey can collapse due to a minor unforeseen event. No one teaches us how to save money, how to accumulate assets, or how to buy back our freedom with our own earnings. And so we grow up, work, get paid, and then spend it all. Every month we start from zero. Every day we continue in an endless repetitive cycle. That is not living. That is being controlled. Money is not a tool that serves you if it only exists when you are working. It becomes shackles, beautiful shackles that many mistake for bracelets. This podcast episode is not about rallying cries for wealth. It is about revealing a truth that everyone needs to hear before it is too late. Welcome to Inner Light, where you will find truths that society does not want you to know. The income stream, your most penetrating question. If you stop working today, would your income stream still flow? This is a simple question, yet it carries immense power for anyone living paycheck to paycheck. No need for high-minded theories or fervent speeches. This one question alone is enough to strip bare a stark truth. Most of us are not truly living, but merely existing through our work. Stop working, and income stops. Stop income, and you are standing on the edge of a financial precipice. And when that happens, what you call stability vanishes in an instant. Money, if it does not originate from multiple sources, ceases to be a tool. It becomes a chain. It becomes a golden handcuff, binding us to the relentless grind of work. And the most dangerous part is that most people fail to realize they are being controlled by the very thing they believe is serving them. If you have only one single income stream each month from your salary, then you are playing a game with no exit. Any unforeseen event, illness, accident, or layoff can sweep away everything you have ever tried to build. This is not living. This is waiting for a personal crisis. And even more frightening, many call this a stable life. Do not deceive yourself any longer. If your income only arrives when you are working, you do not own your finances. Your finances own you. We are not here to preach vague slogans like quit your job and follow your passion. Those words sound good on stage, look beautiful in books, but often lead people straight into failure. Reality is far more brutal. You still have to work, still have to pay rent, still have to raise your children, still have to pay debts. Passion will never help you pay the bills. And while I do not like deception, that does not mean you should continue to live like a machine, day after day, working tirelessly, only to end up with empty hands at the end of the month. The truth is, you can still work, but you must work with a different objective, the objective of buying back your own freedom. Your salary should not merely be for survival. It must be a tool for you to liberate yourself from dependence on that very job. Every saved dollar, every accumulated asset, every secondary income stream, all of these are the bricks that will build what we call financial freedom. If you receive your salary each month and spend it all, keeping nothing for yourself, then your job is enslaving you. Every morning you wake up is another plunge into an endless repeating cycle. And the longer you stay in that cycle, the more you think it is normal. But stability is not freedom. It is merely a temporary state before disaster strikes. No one forbids you from continuing your current job, but do it with a new mindset, with a stronger reason. Work to escape, not to be trapped. Freedom is not for those who do not know how to manage money. The journey to financial freedom does not begin with stocks, real estate, or million-dollar startups. It begins with the simplest things, yet the hardest to implement: saving money. Many have dreamed of profitable investments, but forget that if you do not save a portion of your monthly income, there is no foundation to begin with. Before getting rich, you must learn to survive, and surviving in the financial world means holding on to your money. Consider 10% to 20% of your monthly salary as a type of tax to buy back your freedom. As soon as you receive your salary, immediately set that portion aside. Put it into a separate account or hide it somewhere you cannot easily access. Do not spend it. Do not invent excuses for urgent needs, and do not postpone. Act as if it is a mandatory reflex. Because if you do not, even if your salary triples or quintuples, the money will still vanish without a trace. Money that cannot be saved will not grow. It will merely pass through your life like a breeze. And one day, when you want to invest, when you want to change this life, you will realize you have nothing left to start with, because everything has been squandered on impulsive purchases, temporary pleasures, and months where you spent everything you earn. Saving money is not about being stingy. It is the first step for someone with the mindset of mastering the game. Distinguish between assets and liabilities. To save money correctly, you must understand the two most fundamental concepts of personal finance: assets and liabilities. Misunderstanding them leads you astray. Not distinguishing them keeps you poor forever. An asset is something that retains value or creates value in the future. A liability is something that loses value as soon as it leaves the store. A new phone, a limited edition pair of shoes, an expensive wooden sculpture, all seem luxurious. But in reality, they only push you further back on your financial journey. They do not generate profit, they do not protect value, and worse, they create the illusion that you are living well, while your wallet gets emptier and emptier. Conversely, a small piece of gold, new knowledge, a portion of an investment fund, even if they do not generate immediate profit, they are true assets. They might not make you feel cool instantly, but step by step they create a long-term launch pad. That is what helps you stand tall during a crisis. It is a life raft. It is what helps when you lose income, and it is a stepping stone to true freedom. Every time you hold your wallet, ask yourself directly, does this help me get richer or poorer? The answer is your compass to escape the spending trap that binds us daily. The illusion of a rising salary. Why you're still losing. The race. Rising salaries will not save you from the storm of rising prices. Do not let a pay raise make you think you are moving up. In reality, prices always outpace salaries. 10 years ago, a month's salary might have been enough to buy a portion of a house or even start a small business. But today, with the same effort, a salary is barely enough to rent a cramped apartment, eat sparingly, and pay monthly debts. That is not progress. That is proof that the current financial system is eroding your efforts daily. The trap lies in the fact that a pay raise makes you feel temporarily better. But that is just an illusion. When life becomes a little easier, people tend to spend more, live larger, and borrow more. But if you lose your job for 3 months, you will immediately see the reality. Everything you have accumulated will be drained just to survive. No emergency fund, no accumulated assets, no passive income, only emptiness and confusion remain. No one gets rich by working hard without accumulating assets. You can work tirelessly, put in endless overtime, but if the money you earn is only enough to survive, the end result is still empty hands. No one achieves financial freedom without owning something. And owning something does not mean things you are paying off in installments. It means real assets, things that generate income when you stop working, things that appreciate over time. Your salary is just fuel. If you do not build a storage station, you will keep running in circles on a road with no destination. Do not be fooled by the number on your paycheck. It means nothing if prices rise faster than your earning speed. Asset accumulation, the rich man's habit. Accumulating assets, the habit of the rich. The rich accumulate assets first and spend later. Ordinary people do the opposite. They spend first to feel good, then at the end of the month, they frantically try to fill the deficit. This cycle repeats until we run out of energy, money, and perhaps even our future. The difference is not in who earns more money, but in who understands how to make money work for them and who forever works for money. Assets do not need to be large, but they must be consistent. A small piece of gold each month, an investment in an open-ended fund consistently without interruption. A piece of land in the suburbs bought with savings. All these things initially might be small, even slow, but over time they will form a financial armor to protect you from instability. When your main income disappears, your assets will speak. When the market dips, those with assets will see opportunities. Accumulating assets is a habit. It is not flashy, it does not impress immediately, but it is the financial immune system for your future. The rich do not accumulate assets because they are rich. They are rich because they accumulate assets. And they start with small actions repeated monthly without giving up. Do not wait until your career collapses, your health declines, or your family faces a crisis to learn how to accumulate assets. By then, it is too late. Correct financial action does not wait for the ideal moment. It only waits for clarity. Every dollar you save and turn into an asset is a commitment to your own future. The stability trap, a deceptive illusion. Stability is a subtle trap. We are raised with a pre-programmed formula. Study hard, find a stable job, work diligently every day, and retire at 60. Everything revolves around this singular concept, stability. But no one tells you that this stability is merely a veneer. Beneath it lies a sugar-coated trap. A stable job, one layoff is all it takes. Stable income, one industry downturn. Stable health, one unexpected medical diagnosis. Everything you believe to be stable depends on one thing that is never stable: your job. If your financial lifeline originates from a single source, that is not stability. That is a fatal vulnerability. True stability is when you can cease working and money continues to flow. Then you no longer work out of obligation, you work because you desire to. That is genuine autonomy. And reaching that point is not a 1 in a million shot. It is a profound transformation of mindset from merely existing through work to actively creating independent income streams. If you are currently entirely dependent on your monthly salary, do not delude yourself into believing you are living stably. You are suspended by a fragile thread, and one strong gust of wind can send everything free-falling. Financial freedom, not for dreamers, but for doers. Financial freedom is not for dreamers. It does not spring from luck, unexpected windfalls, or the overnight success of million-dollar ventures. Do not sit there fantasizing about winning the lottery, encountering a benevolent benefactor, or suddenly launching a wildly successful startup. These are illusions. And the more you cling to illusions, the more you fear reality. Financial freedom is the privilege of the clear-headed, those who know precisely where they are, where they intend to go, and possess a concrete action plan for every month, every year. They do not chase fleeting inspiration. They do not wait for the perfect moment. They begin with the smallest actions, saving, accumulating assets, investing one step at a time, repeated relentlessly until money works for them. Tony Robbins famously said, financial freedom is not about how much money you have, but how long you can live if you stop working today. That statement is not meant to inspire. It is the most pragmatic measure of your standing in the financial game. If you quit your job right now, how long could you survive? 1 month, 3 months, or just a few days? The answer will reveal an uncomfortable truth. If that number is too small, you have never truly been free. And if you fail to act, you will never be free. Financial freedom is a long game reserved for those with a strategy, not a slumbering dream for the complacent. A small action, a single step out of the stability trap. Financial freedom does not require a grand beginning. It does not demand that you have a lot of money, nor does it compel you to await the perfect moment. The truth is, everyone begins with very small actions. The critical difference is that successful individuals start immediately, start this month. Do not invent excuses like not enough. Yet it is the end of the month, or let us wait until next year. Just set aside, say, $25 to open an investment account and learn risk management. Acquire new skill like content creation or online sales. Of course, initially you will not see massive results, but continuously improve, continuously learn. These actions may sound simple, but they are the foundational bricks for an independent future. The greatest error most people make is waiting for ideal conditions to begin. But the reality is, those who wait never start. Successful individuals act even before they feel entirely ready. Waiting for a higher salary to invest means your money has already dissipated through expenses. Waiting until you have plenty to save means you will continue to spend it, all due to ingrained habits. Waiting for time to learn a new skill means the market will have left you far behind. Every month is an opportunity. Every small sum of money is a choice. Either spend it all and remain stagnant, or set a portion aside and take another step toward freedom. You do not need to transform your entire life in a single day. We simply need to act with clarity, consistency, and begin now. Do not awaken too late. Life possesses an uncanny ability to awaken people with a painful jolt. Some must endure an unexpected job loss to realize they possess nothing but a degree in empty hands. Others must spend weeks hospitalized to truly comprehend that without a 50H months to save, if you accumulate enough, buy gold, allocate steady income stream, without a financial plan, all dreams are mere scraps of paper. Income is oxygen. When it flows consistently, we often fail to appreciate its vital importance. But when it ceases, everything begins to crumble. Future plans, family, responsibilities, and even personal freedom. The crushing feeling of helplessness when you lack even a few $100s to navigate a crisis is an experience you can actively avoid. Do not wait until you have lost everything to learn how to save. Do not wait until you have fallen to consider building a shield to protect your finances. You do not need a crisis to compel change. Sometimes small early actions can salvage an entire phase of your life. Choose clarity today, or pay a heavy price tomorrow. And the sobering truth is, Not everyone gets the chance to correct their mistakes once they realize them. This message is for those who refuse to be enslaved. If you find this line of thinking valuable, do not keep it to yourself. Share it with those you do not wish to see continue living in the illusion of stability, a subtle yet pervasive form of systemic enslavement. We all need to awaken before it is too late. And sometimes a timely word, a powerful truth, can fundamentally alter a person's entire life. We do not change others.